If you're over 50, your body could already be showing the first silent signs of cancer, and most people miss them. Every single day, millions of us eat, drink, and live in ways that quietly switch our cells into danger mode. The scariest part? Cancer doesn't shout, it whispers. Through fatigue, through habits you've had for years, through foods you still think are healthy. But today, I'll show you the 7 everyday habits that either feed cancer or stop it in its tracks. If you want to stay independent, strong, and out of hospitals, then watch until the end, because the difference between fear and prevention could be just one small daily choice. Meet Patricia Chen, a 54-year-old marketing executive from Portland. She was the picture of health consciousness. Organic foods filled her kitchen, she attended yoga classes religiously, and her annual checkups always came back normal. Patricia avoided smoking, limited alcohol, and even took daily vitamins. By every conventional measure, she was doing everything right. Yet in March 2023, a routine mammogram revealed aggressive triple-negative breast cancer that had already begun spreading. Within 18 months, Patricia was gone. Her family was left wondering how someone so careful about her health could be taken so suddenly. The answer lies in understanding that cancer prevention goes far beyond the obvious advice we've all heard 1,000 times. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden factors that most people never consider, strategies that could mean the difference between celebrating your 70th birthday or fighting for your life. Subscribe to the channel so we can benefit you by creating more great content with you in mind, and as a thank you, download your free guide from the link in the description below. Let me start with something that might shock you. The timing of your meals could be more important than what you actually eat. Patricia, like millions of busy professionals, often ate dinner after 9 p.m. due to her demanding schedule. Recent research has uncovered that eating late disrupts your circadian rhythm in ways that dramatically increase cancer risk. Your body's natural repair mechanisms, including DNA repair and immune surveillance for abnormal cells, operate on a precise biological clock. When you eat late, you're essentially jamming the frequencies of your cellular repair systems. Studies following over 100,000 people for more than a decade found that those who ate dinner before 7 p.m. had a 26% lower risk of breast and prostate cancers compared to those eating after 10 p.m. The mechanism is fascinating. Late eating elevates insulin and growth hormone levels during hours when they should naturally decline, creating an environment where cancer cells can thrive. Here's your first strategy: implement time-restricted eating. Finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. If you typically sleep at 11 p.m., have your final bite no later than 8 p.m. This simple shift allows your body to enter its natural repair state uninterrupted. Patricia's demanding job made this challenging, but even she could have implemented this with better planning. The second hidden factor that contributed to Patricia's fate was chronic inflammation from an unexpected source: her dental health. Most people over 50 have some degree of gum disease, often without realizing it. Patricia brushed twice daily and flossed regularly, but she skipped professional cleanings for almost 3 years due to her busy schedule. What she didn't know was that the bacteria from untreated gum disease doesn't stay in your mouth. These bacteria enter your bloodstream, triggering chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This constant inflammatory state creates the perfect environment for cancer to develop and spread. Research from Harvard followed 68,000 adults for 22 years and found that those with severe gum disease had a 24% higher risk of cancer overall, with particularly elevated risks for lung, kidney, and blood cancers. Your second strategy: become obsessive about oral hygiene, but not in the way you think. Beyond brushing and flossing, use an antibacterial mouthwash containing cetylpyridinium chloride twice daily. Get professional cleanings every 4 months instead of 6 if you're over 50. Consider adding coconut oil to your morning routine. This ancient practice involves swishing coconut oil in your mouth for 10 to 15 minutes, which can reduce harmful bacteria that contribute to systemic inflammation. The third factor in Patricia's story reveals something even more surprising. She lived alone and had minimal physical contact with others, especially after the pandemic changed her social patterns. Touch starvation, medically known as skin hunger, profoundly impacts your immune system in ways that increase cancer risk. Human touch triggers the release of oxytocin, which doesn't just make you feel good, it actually enhances the activity of natural killer cells, your body's first line of defense against cancer. Studies have shown that people with limited physical contact have significantly higher levels of cortisol and inflammatory markers. Patricia's isolation, combined with work stress, created a perfect storm of immune suppression. Regular massage therapy, for instance, has been shown to increase white blood cell count by up to 70% while reducing cortisol levels. Your third strategy: prioritize therapeutic touch. Schedule monthly massage therapy sessions, practice partner yoga if you're married, or even consider adopting a pet. Physical contact with animals provides similar immune benefits. If you live alone, join activities that involve appropriate physical contact like partner dancing or martial arts. The key is consistent positive physical interaction that triggers oxytocin release and supports immune function. Now, let's explore the fourth hidden danger that Patricia never suspected. Her home was slowly poisoning her through off-gassing chemicals from furniture, carpets, and cleaning products. She lived in a modern apartment with synthetic carpeting, pressed wood furniture, and used conventional household cleaners daily. These products release volatile organic compounds that accumulate in indoor air, often reaching concentrations 10 times higher than outdoor pollution levels. Formaldehyde from furniture and carpets, benzene from cleaning products, and dozens of other chemicals create a toxic soup that your liver must constantly process. Over years, this chemical burden overwhelms your detoxification systems, allowing carcinogens to accumulate in fatty tissues where they can trigger cellular mutations. Your fourth strategy: detoxify your living space systematically. Replace synthetic air fresheners and conventional cleaners with natural alternatives. Invest in specific houseplants that NASA research identified as powerful air purifiers. Snake plants, pothos, and spider plants can remove up to 87% of indoor air toxins within 24 hours. Open windows for at least 15 minutes daily, even in winter, to flush out accumulated chemicals. When possible, choose solid wood furniture over pressed wood containing formaldehyde. Patricia's fifth mistake involves something seemingly healthy: her exercise routine. She was a dedicated runner, logging 4 to 5 miles every morning at the same moderate pace. While regular exercise is crucial for cancer prevention, emerging research shows that repetitive moderate-intensity exercise without variation can actually suppress certain aspects of immune function over time. The key insight is exercise variability. Your immune system responds best to diverse physical challenges that include both high-intensity intervals and recovery periods. Patricia's steady-state running pattern, while better than sedentary behavior, failed to optimize her natural killer cell activity and inflammatory response. Your fifth strategy: implement exercise chaos. Instead of following the same routine, constantly vary your physical activity. Combine high-intensity interval training twice weekly with strength training, yoga, walking, and recreational sports. The unpredictability forces your body to adapt continuously, maintaining optimal immune surveillance. Even simple changes like taking stairs instead of elevators or doing bodyweight exercises during TV commercial breaks can provide this beneficial variability. The sixth factor reveals how Patricia's sleep environment undermined her health despite getting adequate sleep hours. She slept with her phone charging on her nightstand, used LED streetlights outside her bedroom window, and kept her room temperature around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. These seemingly minor details disrupted her sleep quality in ways that compromised cancer-fighting processes. Light exposure during sleep, even small amounts from electronics or streetlights, suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It's one of your body's most powerful antioxidants and has direct anti-cancer properties. Additionally, sleeping in warm rooms prevents your body from reaching the optimal temperature for cellular repair, which occurs most effectively when your core temperature drops naturally. Your sixth strategy: create a cave-like sleep environment. Remove all electronic devices from your bedroom or use a separate charging station in another room. Install blackout curtains or use a sleep mask to eliminate all light sources. Keep your bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Consider taking a low-dose melatonin supplement if you're over 55, as natural production declines with age. The seventh and perhaps most crucial factor in Patricia's story was her approach to stress management. She practiced yoga and meditation, which are excellent, but she ignored the psychological stress pattern that research shows is most dangerous for cancer development: chronic, uncontrollable stress combined with suppressed emotional expression. Patricia was a perfectionist who rarely expressed anger or frustration, instead internalizing workplace conflicts and personal disappointments. Studies tracking people for decades have found that this specific pattern, emotional suppression combined with chronic stress, increases cancer risk more than almost any other psychological factor. Your seventh strategy: practice radical emotional honesty. This doesn't mean becoming emotionally volatile, but rather acknowledging and appropriately expressing your full range of emotions. Consider working with a therapist who specializes in mind-body health, practice journaling to identify suppressed emotions, or join support groups where you can safely express frustrations and fears. The goal is preventing emotional energy from becoming trapped in your body, where it can manifest as physical disease. Patricia's story illustrates how someone can check all the conventional health boxes while missing these deeper, more subtle factors that ultimately determine whether your body successfully prevents cancer or becomes vulnerable to it. Each of these 7 strategies works synergistically with the others, creating a comprehensive defense system that goes far beyond basic health advice. The tragedy of Patricia's story isn't just her early death, but the fact that implementing even 3 or 4 of these strategies might have changed her outcome entirely. Cancer rarely develops from a single cause, but rather from the perfect storm of multiple factors overwhelming your body's natural defenses over time. Remember, you're not just preventing cancer with these approaches. These same strategies protect against heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, and cognitive decline. They represent a holistic approach to aging that can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Starting tonight, choose 2 of these strategies to implement immediately. Your future self will thank you for taking action today rather than waiting for that devastating phone call tomorrow. Share this video with someone you care about who's over 50, because prevention truly is better than cure, especially when you know the right strategies to implement.